So, and the doctor came, the nurses came very quickly and took the baby, lapped the baby with some sheets, white sheets. Then they took the baby to another room. And we are trying to ask each other what is happening. And the nurse told us that that baby passed on. That one was so traumatizing. Remember, the baby's neighbor to my son Maxwell, and he's having the same condition.
But what are we talking about today? We are talking about cerebral palsy. She's going to share her journey, her 8-year journey with Maxwell, her son. And I believe that this is going to touch our family, help our family, and all our viewers, that we are here. As we say, Health Now Show is your health friend. And we believe that you'll be able to move together with you. Welcome. Now, without further ado, I would like to welcome Esther Gishoke. She's going to introduce herself further, as I said earlier, and we are going to move on. Esther, I'm so happy to host you today. I'm so glad to have you, that you got time out of your busy schedule to be with us here on the show. Welcome, and thank you for coming. I really appreciate.
Thank you. My name is Esther Gishoke, or Reverend Esther. My husband and I pastor our church in Luiro. I'm a counseling psychologist by profession, and I'm a mother of 3. That is Samuel, Grace, and Maxwell. And I'm so glad to be here to share my story with my son, Maxwell Kamau. Yeah.
Asante sana. Now, a journey of 1,000,000 miles starts with one step. And there is a place where you started with Maxwell. As I've said in the introduction, I've talked about cerebral palsy. But probably you could just tell us, how was probably your pregnancy with Maxwell, and now his delivery, and then we move from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you, Jane. My pregnancy with Maxwell was quite okay. It was good. I went through a very smooth pregnancy season. I went all the clinics that I was supposed to go. I didn't have any complication during my pregnancy till the time I went for delivery. Even the time I was going for delivery, I was just okay. The weeks I went through the light duration till the time I went to deliver. I prolonged for some time, but I went CS after the nurses now seeing that I have prolonged for a long time.
So labor was for a long time?
Yeah, it was for a long time. But I went for CS and it was successful.
Okay.
Only to hear that immediately after my baby Maxwell was out, I heard them saying, I could see him. I saw him. He was a bit tired. He didn't cry immediately. And that one, I could see some danger signs. And they did what they did. Then they lashed my baby to nursery. And I was left there. They were tending me. Then after they were back, I asked one of the nurses, what happened to my baby? My baby didn't cry. And I know for sure the very first thing after the baby is out, the baby must cry. and I didn't hear my baby crying. And now the nurse told me that there is a challenge with my son, and the doctors and nurses are taking care of him in nursery. I said, it's okay. Now, after that, they told me to relax. Now they are telling me, remember I CS,
Yeah.
they are telling me there is pain in my there is a lot of pain. Now I have physical pain. Now the psychological pain is here now. Remember, my baby didn't cry.
Yeah, so that one is ringing in your mind.
It is ringing in my mind. So I'm trying to ask myself now, what will happen after this? So I'm wondering what report will they give me after here. So I was not okay. Emotionally, I was not okay. Psychologically, I was disturbed. Physically, I have pain. But all in all, I decided to let God take control over everything. And it's not easy. It is not easy. Then after that, I was taken to the ward. The night, during the night, I was not able to, the whole night, I was not able to see my son.
Oh, they did.
Yeah. Because I went to hospital like at least, it was at what time? 1 p.m. Sorry, 1 p.m. Then the whole afternoon, the whole night, I never saw my son. But in the morning, the next day, remember, even I didn't sleep. I was so disturbed. I saw my baby now. The time he was out, very flat, never cried. So that thing still is in mind, and I was so disturbed. Now the following day, in the morning, that's when the nurses came and asked me whether I would like, and told me, Esther, come and see your baby boy. And I was, my baby boy. So I was waiting for some, my mind was telling me that some bad reports might come. And therefore, I decided to go and see my son. Then I went and saw my son. When I went and saw my son, he was 3.4 kgs.
That's a big baby.
Yeah, he was a big baby. And remember, he's in nursery. So when I went to see him, I could not hold my baby like this, because I remember he was having an injection. I think 2 of them. He was having a pipe that they were feeding him with, because he could not breastfeed. He was having a monitor, and he was having so many things. So I could not hold my baby like this. And my baby was there. I can still remember that picture. So quiet. It's not, even if he was crying, you can hear that voice from deep inside.
Very far.
Very far. He could not breathe by himself. He was supported with oxygen. So I looked at my baby like this, and I asked the doctor, what is happening with my baby? Remember, I am supported. I'm not even able to stand by myself. I'm a bit weak.
Yes.
And I asked the doctor, what is happening with my baby? And they told me that Maxwell was having infection, and he was having meningitis at birth.
In the womb.
In the womb. In fact, they told me immediately after birth, he was affected. I didn't understand. Even up to today, I never understood that he was having infections, and that's what caused the meningitis. And I asked them, what about how infection, how
The child was born the previous day,
and the
so this is the second day.
This is the second day. How now the infection came from where? Now I'm not understanding. And what is meningitis? So I had meningitis before, but I was not able to say exactly what it is and what it does. So that's when they told me that meningitis affects brain, causes brain injury. And brain injury, and when the baby is affected in their brain, they are not able to, all other parts of the body are not able to respond normally, because brain is everything. So
True.
I'm there asking them, now what will happen to my baby? And they are telling me, your baby will be okay. Yeah, we are injecting him. He will be okay. While we were still talking with the doctors there and nurses, my baby confessed. I didn't know even that was the conversion. I never saw that. I saw my baby in a state that's a bit disturbing. So my baby's there. He's having convulsions. So he could not close his eyes. He was stiff. He could not move his hands. He could not move his legs. And I knew now my baby's normal. But the doctors attended him very quickly. And thank God for the doctors and nurses. They do quite a good job. And they attended to my son. And after 3-4 minutes, my baby was back to normal. Then I was taken back to ward, and they told me that they will call me, come and see my baby again. Yeah.
So at this time they are not breastfeeding. You've not started breastfeeding.
I was not in fact 3 days, 4 days, I never breastfed my boy because he could not breastfeed. Yeah, he could not breathe by himself. They were supporting him with oxygen, so he could not breastfeed. So they were feeding him with some fluid, and that's why they had put some a tube that they put it through the nose and went down to the stomach. That one, it was so traumatizing seeing, and because he was active, he was a bit active after some time, so he could pull the tube and remove it with the hands. So putting that tube back, it is so traumatizing because they could hold my baby like this and try to put that tube up to the stomach so that they can feed him through that.
They're actually doing it for his good.
They are doing it for his good, but to me as a mother, it was so traumatizing. Yeah.
Because of it's a tiny baby.
A tiny baby. It's 1 day or 2 days, especially now the second day, two old day baby. Yeah.
So them they're struggling with, and you are there, you are watching.
Yeah.
Okay. Esther, I can see it's painful. It's very painful because this is a journey that you've walked, and as you can flash back, you are seeing that very time.
Yeah.
So how long did you stay in the hospital?
Oh, I stayed for a month.
Okay.
Yeah, a month in hospital. People were coming, giving birth, go back home. I'm still there. So, and but the good thing is, after some time, my baby now started responding. He started crying normally like other children. But conversions were coming almost daily, like 3 times per day. Yeah, that was so traumatizing. And I was telling the nurses that when my baby is conversing, so I didn't know more about conversions. I was just hearing conversions. I didn't know more about that. But I told them, whenever he has those conversions, please let me not know about it. Take care of him. When he's okay, please call me. Yeah.
So like you're in the ward?
Yeah.
Was the baby always with you?
No, the baby was in nursery. I was in
for
the
the
ward.
month?
For 1 month. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anytime he has conversions,
Yeah.
you would tell them
not to let me know. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What probably would, because I believe there is a parent there, there's a mother there who probably would explain their situation, probably share their situation that way. And this show is not just to allow you to reflect back, it is also to touch somebody else there who is saying, I went through the same what Esther is talking about. I went through this. And probably you would share with us what was going on with in your mind, because you said you don't want to see him when he's conversing. Yeah, something like that, because it would also help somebody that you can just look into the camera and just share with a parent somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole thing is so traumatizing. And I think this is the time that you need support from friends, from family members. I thank my husband, Reverend George, wherever you are, I salute you.
Thank
you
you.
are
Thank
one
you, Reverend
among many, many men. You really supported me morally the time I needed. You came every day to Kijabi Hospital from Ruiro. And that time I was so down, remembering or flashbacking those memories. You were there for me. You supported me through prayers. By that time, even praying was hard. And thank God, because of our members from Word of Faith Church, Ruiro, they supported me with the prayers. I want to tell someone that all people that whenever you hear people going through some situations, this is not the time to judge them. Please, this is not the time to condemn them. Or this is not the time to speak of all manner of things. It is very much important to be careful what you are saying at a time like that one. Because a time like that one, a time like this, a person who is going through some pains and some traumas or some losses, this particular time needs to hear something which is positive, something which is encouraging. So please, whenever somebody is going through, because not only my baby Maxwell or my situation, whenever someone is going through some hard times, maybe he has lost a loved one, this is time to speak life. It is not time to speak death. It is time to be positive. It is time to stand with that person. Unfortunately, many people do talk all manner of things. they usually say so and so is going through this because maybe he has done something wrong, which is killing, which is those words, they are killer. Whenever someone hears such kind of things, they kill. Yeah, this is time to pray. This is time to start with such a person. This is time to give out your shoulders for that person to cry on, or your chest for that person to cry on. So I'm praying and urging all people, even the community, and especially those people with children with special needs, or those people that are going sicknesses and diseases, especially those chronic diseases. It is time it is not time to talk and talk, just talk anything. It is time to mind what you are saying concerning that particular person, because that one word can kill that person. Yeah, it is time to support them morally. It is time to support them emotionally. Remember, those people they are down. They are down, down, down. It doesn't matter how strong you are in Christianity. It doesn't matter the anointing that you have. This is something that can bring you down. So I pray that even those husbands that have wives who have children, I said that I salute my husband, and for sure I can testify that my husband is a true man of God.
Amen.
Because of how he supported me. He supported me 100%. So I want to talk to men that have their wives they have children, because the child belongs to the husband and wife. You have a child who is special. Please, this is not the time to run away. Please, men, it is not time to run away. Remember, even if you run away, this baby belongs to you. This is your blood. It is time. This is not time to say that in our home, in our families, we don't get children like this. It is not like, it is good to understand what exactly happened. It is good to know whatever that is happening, like cerebral palsy, autism, and other disorders. It is something that is biological. It is a medical thing. It is not something that people tend to say it is witchcraft.
You are bewitched.
You are bewitched. Those are words that can kill someone.
They hurt.
Yes, they are hurting. They are so painful. Men, it is time to support your wife. It is time to support your baby. Remember that baby needs you. He needs your love. And he cannot get love anywhere else apart from you.
Esther, you shared with us that you stayed in the hospital for a month.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you are with other mothers who are also having children in that facility, health facility. Were there some incidences that probably were joyful moments, probably others were not very joyful moments in that 1 month that you were there?
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Jane. There were some joyful moments, like when I could see my baby Maxwell crying. It was a joy to me.
Okay.
Just crying.
Okay.
And I was missing for my baby to cry. It was a very joy. It was a joy to me. Also, seeing my baby trying to move his hands and legs up and down. It was also a joy to me. But now seeing the pipe through sometimes through the mouth, other times through the nose to the stomach, and also some injection in the head. And they could shave him and inject him in the head. And by that time, my baby, sometimes he could be, like I said earlier, he could be praying. Other times, he could be so quiet. He's not crying, he's not praying, he's just like that. He's so quiet. And those times, they were so traumatizing, so traumatizing. He could have conversions after 2 hours, a conversion. After maybe 2 hours, a conversion. And that's when I was telling the nurses, and they should not let me know. I was trying to avoid that. I avoided that as much as I could. I remember one time when a baby neighbor to Maxwell died. And that baby had a similar condition with my son, Maxwell. I had a doctor, or the mom, we were communicating with the mom, said that he was also having meningitis. I don't know whether there was I don't know what was happening during that particular time. And when we are still there, remember that by this particular time, now my baby can breastfeed. So I could hold my baby now and breastfeed him. And when I was breastfeeding my baby with other women there, now that baby, neighbor to my son, there was a funny sound in the machine, in the monitor, in his monitor, a very funny sound, and a lead rain, and could run over close. And we were wondering what is happening. The mother was not there. The mother didn't come to breastfeed by that particular time. So the mother was in ward. And we are wondering what is happening. So, and the doctor came, the nurses came very quickly and took the baby, wrapped the baby with some white sheets. Then they took the baby to another room. And we are trying to ask each other what is happening. And the nurse told us that that baby passed on. That one was so traumatizing. Remember, the baby's neighbor to my son Maxwell, and he's having the same condition. You know what I did? I put my baby in the cot. I went back to ward, and I covered myself tight in the blanket. Because my mind was telling me now, if this baby has gone, and it is the same condition, so maybe next is mine. And I went and covered myself very tight. Now, nurses could try to came and tried to uncover me. I could not uncover myself because my mind was telling me now the news, the information they are giving me is maybe my baby is no more. And they persuaded me for hours. In fact, I refused to go to nursery because I was thinking I might. So I stayed almost the whole day. And I remember my relatives came. That's the time I uncovered myself. And when my relatives came, they talked, the nurses talked with my relatives, and that's when the nurses could try to tell me, Esther, come and breastfeed your baby. And I was telling, no, not now, give me some time. Is my baby okay? I was trying to ask them like that.
Because it's like
okay?
you are seeing the other baby in your mind.
Yeah. The other baby, neighbor to Maxwell, died.
Yes.
He has the same condition.
Yes.
So my mind was telling me next is
Maxwell.
Is Maxwell. And it was so disturbing. So when my relatives came, we talked, and I went and see, my baby is okay.
Yeah.
He's okay after he's praying. And I breastfed my baby, and that was all. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after now, you are in the hospital for a month.
Yeah, a month.
So when did you go home?
So for that month, I went through a lot, but I thank my husband who was coming every day to support me. There are time I could go and my baby, I remember there was a time I went to breastfeed my baby, and I could not find him in the court where I left him. And I remember screaming there all over and asking nurses, where is my baby? Where is my baby? Is my baby alive? Because they shifted my baby to another room. I think he was going through X-ray or something. That's what they explained to me. He was going through some X-ray. So they had shifted him from where he was to another room. And I screamed all over there. And all those things were traumatizing. No, I was so disturbed. Why did they shift my baby from where he was to somewhere else? What is happening with my baby? So it was traumatizing. But by the grace of God, I was able to be discharged after 4 weeks. And now I was told now the baby is okay. And while he was there in the court, they were trying to do some therapy, some exercises. And they told me that this what I should be doing at home, some therapy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you've gone home.
Now I've gone home. I remember when we were discharged the same day, I could not believe. I remember one of my brother's wife holding Maxwell like this. Now we are coming out from the hospital.
Okay, they've come for you.
They have come for me, and also my husband was still there. My husband was coming every day, driving every day.
You can hear
every
this
day.
from Esther.
Yeah.
George, yes.
Yeah. Every day. He was driving every day. So I remember we were on the gate, and I was trying, and I was telling my brother's wife, because he was holding my Maxwell like this, hurry up. Those people can change their mind and tell us to go back to the ward. And we could learn. I was telling her to please let us learn. Those people can change their
because you have been there for a month. You want to go away.
I wanted just to move out from that place. And therefore we went home, and now another journey started from there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you like to take us through the journey?
Yeah. Now, so in my mind, I was thinking all is over, no more challenges. That's what I was thinking. And apart from what I was told by the nurses that I should be doing some therapies to my son, nothing else. They didn't tell me anything else. So after going home, after like two weeks, so my baby confessed. During at around 1 p.m., my baby Maxwell confessed again. At least by this time, I was able to differentiate. I was able to know conversions. And it is so traumatizing seeing your baby remember it is 2 weeks from the hospital. It is during the night. It was remember it was 1 p.m. I wake up to breastfeed my baby. And what I could see, a baby who is so stiff, He could not close the eyes. And I called my husband and I told him my baby is normal. He took the baby. We get into the vehicle and we ran to the hospital. Yeah, we ran to the hospital. I could not be able to hold the baby, but he's the one who carried the baby. He held the baby like this. The baby could not move. The baby could not close the eyes. And he was so stiff. The hands could not move. The legs could not move. The whole body was stiff. And we went to the hospital. It was emergency. They injected him immediately. And after some minutes, the baby woke up. Yeah, we spent the rest of the night there, and we are coming back in the morning. Yeah, so that was for about how many years? For about 3-4 years. That was the life now. That was the baby. The Maxwell could converse anytime, anywhere. Yeah, anytime, anywhere. I remember my husband. We said that before we go to sleep, we should know where the car keys are and the gate keys, because anytime we can rush to hospital. And that was a life for about 3-4 years. Mm-hmm. Yeah, during the day, during the night. Yeah.
Was he on any medication?
By that time, he was not on any medication. Mm-hmm. But when those conversions or seizures progressed, mm-hmm. now he was put under medication, mm-hmm. up to today.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said he's 8 years old?
He's 8 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after the 3 years that you've talked about, yeah. the conversions have gone down?
They have reduced, mm-hmm. not as much as the first years. Mm-hmm. So even if he was conversing, mm-hmm. like a few minutes, then he wakes up. Mm-hmm. Sometimes mm-hmm. We don't need to go to hospital, we just relax, mm-hmm. and he wakes up. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm imagining it's a situation that you said you have 2 other children.
Yeah.
And how was it like they are seeing their brother in a situation that they are not understanding? Yeah. So how was it for them?
In the beginning, mm-hmm. we tried not to mostly when those conversions came, mm-hmm. it was mostly during the night. Mm-hmm. So we decided not to wake them up. Yeah, we decided not to wake them up or let them know. Mm-hmm. But there was a time that Maxwell conversed during the day. Mm-hmm. And I remember my daughter Grace asking, Mom, what is happening to Maxwell? Come and see. He cannot close his eyes. Come and see, Mom. And we decided, even to Samuel, they were not really understanding fully. They were not understanding because by then Grace was in I think was in class 3. Mm-hmm. Samuel was in class 5. Mm-hmm. So they were not fully understanding what is going on. So we decided not to. We tried to explain at their levels. Mm-hmm. And we said as they grow up, we are going to explain the way they can understand. So that issue was not disturbing them simply because they were not really understanding what was happening. Mm. Yeah.
Okay, I imagine as pastors that you are serving in a church, yeah. and you have other people.
Yeah.
You have members, you have neighbors, yeah. you have friends.
Yeah.
how did they take the situation of a special child?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, one thing I said, I think it's God's strength and the grace of God. One thing I said, I'll never, even a single day, hide my baby. I decided to go with him wherever I'm supposed to go with him. I go to church with Maxwell. I go to occasions with Maxwell. Yani, I decided not to hide my baby.
Like some families do.
Like some families do.
Actually, yeah.
In fact, that it's not good. Remember, my viewer, that when you get such a baby with a special need, or a grown-up, it is not your fault. It is
Neither
not
your choice.
It is not your choice. It is, and remember, you are not alone. So many people have different issues. I usually say that such an issue, everybody has an issue. Everybody has something that make themselves ask themselves some questions. It is only some issues. They are. It's like I usually say it's like a wood kidonda. You can have a kidonda on your
face.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can have a kidonda in your armpit. You can have a kidonda in your back.
Yes.
And because this one cannot be seen,
It's hidden.
it is hidden.
Yeah.
And this one at the back cannot be seen. Now, the one which is more visible, it is the one who is in your forehead. So I usually say, don't hide that baby. Be proud of that baby. Be happy because of that baby. Yes, there are sometimes you feel you are down.
Yeah.
And sometimes you feel emotionally you are down. But be happy. Expose that child to other children. I do take my baby. We go to church.
Yes.
With my baby.
Yes.
And I do take him to Sunday school. I take him to other children. Everybody in our church know about Maxwell. Everybody in our family knows about Maxwell. Our neighborhood knows about Maxwell. I decided never to hide my baby.